Go ahead and schedule this thing. All right, and edit. All right, all right. Good morning, Mike D in the building. So I was talking to Donnell in the Discord. We are seeing a couple of movers. He had called out WLDS. I was looking at it and it was up 3% compared to SGD and SGBX. And I always think, okay, one, what what part of the week are we in, right? The majority of people that are trading, and especially day traders, are making the majority of their money before the end of the week. So it's kind of like they ramp up into the week, midweek, kind of see where it's going. Thursday have a little bit of a day, and then by Friday they're kind of like, let's try to conserve some capital for the weekend. Don't want to go into the weekend big red, right? And so with that in mind, we've seen yesterday, what was this? SGD. Now I switched up. I've been kind of working with TOS, trying to get it to the best setup that I can for me. And so I kind of been working with so these screens may look a little bit different than they did last time. Basically, I'm keeping my scans on the other side and doing all of my graphical analysis over here on this screen, so I can see pretty much all of them together. This is SGD. It's only been trading for, on the monthly chart, has 3 months out here of trading time. We can see, had a little bit of push down from the 1050 down here, and looking across the board, we can see that it is fighting a little downtrend. Threw up this $6 level on yesterday, and during pre-market into, or during aftermarket into pre-market, jumped all the way back up here, and we can see it right here on the 4-hour chart where it touched all the way up here to almost $10, right at $10. So looking at this, we've seen these kind of chart patterns before. This looks like the start of something that shorts will love. This is the second green day. Usually most shorts stay away from the first green day because of what we saw yesterday, the gap, 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 gap. It probably knocked a lot of people out. And another thing, instead of studying longs, study shorts. That really helps. If you focus in on what shorts like to see, it can make you a better long trader for real. Um, and first green days for professional shorts, if they're taking first green day, they're risking the biscuit. But a second day like this, with a low float like it is, it's what, 2 million in the float. That means that no matter what, only 2 million is available to be traded, right? So if there's bag holders, there's only 2 million of them, right? So what happens if all those bag holders want to get out at one time? It only takes 2 million sales, right? And who's gonna catch that knife is the question. So I want to see during the open what that knife catch looks like. Will the knife hit something hard and end up bouncing back up, or will it go into consolidation, let the shorts accumulate a position and then go down? How will it react? This is the second day of this SGD. It has no news on today, no follow up news. So I'm thinking it's the shorts licking their chops out here. Mad Capital says, "Why don't I trade full time?" Okay, so let's break it down. Let's break it down. First of all, what I do as a day job, I am into IT. I'm a pretty much a cybersecurity analyst. I work. I wear multiple hats. I go. Sometimes I work as a network engineer. Sometimes I work as a network architect. Sometimes I mean, I could be anywhere in the IT world. Second of all, I also do a not really a training course, but I work with GIS data. Okay, so I work with um, all kind of databases with different whoever needs mapping, basically, from doctors to police stations to fire stations to hospitals to biologists, whatever. I work with them creating geospatial data, right? Okay. Um, Third thing, I work as and I do a lot of things. So I also am into sound engineering. So I work with musicians. I do a lot for real. So I just do not have time. I have clients here in my state in Mississippi, and I have clients out of state. So I may be here some days I may just jump and I'm gone. Um, and the thing is, I don't hate what I do, so I'm not running from a job. Everything that I do, I kind of love to do. So I've been working with computers and IT forever. Like I started in high school fixing on stuff for real, breaking down different computers, TVs, blah blah blah, learning the circuitry, learning the in and outs, and that's what I still do today, except on a higher level for businesses and things like that. What else? Also, I tutor sometimes doing like mathematics. People just want to learn different things about math, blah blah blah. I do that. What else? Sound, GIS, boom. Um, well, I do. Sometimes I'm working with my family as well. Um, Doing landscaping or doing like working with like especially my grandfather. He's older now. He's always worked on farms, and that's kind of where I started. And if he needs help, he's like pushing 100 now. But yeah, he needs help. I'll go out there, help him out with different crops, pulling in different crops and things like that. But you know, um, I just I'm just chilling, bro. Trading is a way for me. I guess yeah, it is a side hustle, and it's also another way for me to practice because I love one thing I love to practice in life is consistency, right? I like to be consistent across the board. And trading is one of those things that will force you to be consistent. It will force you to practice things in your daily life that improve your thinking process, improve how you analyze things, and how you manage risk. And being a security analyst, that's all I do all day is analyze risk. Hey, is this open? Hey, does this need to be shut down? Hey, how can we secure this? That's all I do all day. So trading is like it's basically the same thing just on a macro level, with so many traders being a part of it, right? But yeah, I just I like trading. I do. But I also like what I do as well. Let me see. How long have I been trading? Since 2019. 2018 was when I really got my feet wet in options, but I was trading on Robinhood, and I just really never thought about having a full setup or anything like that. I was just trading from my phone, doing options trading, and that was stupid because options are derivatives of the stocks. And if you don't know anything about stock, how can you, if you don't understand the parent structure, how can you then go and be successful in the child structure? Um, and plus, options are a lot more risky than regular stock trading. They have so many more variables. It's not just about the catalyst. It's not just about the price action and all of that. Although you could focus in on any of those areas, but for the most part, most of the successful options traders, the ones that's doing like they actually have structured strategies and things like that. It's hard to beat those guys. They are mathematicians. If you've ever looked at the calculations of um, all of the, variables that they pull in, it is way crazier than trading the regular security. But yeah, that's RexCon says when wait, let me make sure how long. I would have thought that trading was a gateway for financial independence. Yeah, trading is a gateway for financial independence and freedom, which I do have. So I have that, and I have my regular career. So not only am I building, because trading is a tool to do something with the money, right? You're doing something with the money to further something else, right? I mean, you could just go into a trading business, sell courses and things like that, but I just don't have the time right now. Maybe once I have like 15 years of experience and I'm like, oh yeah, I've been going at this, blah blah blah. But for right now, just gathering the analytics, gathering the data, taking those trades. I think I don't know how many trades I got. I think I got like five, or was it? I think it's like 4 or 5 thousand trades in total of data that I've looked over and studied and kind of saw what works for me in the market and things like that. Um, Let me see. Lord says, congratulations on your grandpa, very healthy. Yeah, I don't know what's my grandfather has, was it 15 brothers and sisters? Fifth, I think it's 15. Only two of them have passed away, and all of them are close to 100, like tipping on 100. And I was like, golly, man, that's crazy. But like I said, they've always been on the farm, so they, either worked on farms or was harvesting something, or they were always working. And to this day, he always, like, when I tell you the time he spends outside, like he's always outside. Like, I don't understand it. He'd be like, yeah, I don't need all that indoor stuff. I'd be outside. I'd be like, okay. Go over his house. He's on the porch. He's out walking. He's riding a four wheeler, something at 100. But yeah, let me see. Keep reading. How long have we been? Congratulations. Okay, how much money do you make out of trading last 6 months? Last 6 months, a couple grand. Yeah, I don't. I'm not aiming to. And plus, I decrease my amount, the frequency that I trade for the quality of the trades. So, my winning percentage has gone up exponentially, but I'm not just trading, just shooting off the hip. Race Con says, when you get a minute, I put a question in Discord. Let me go to that. Okay. Is this a question that you want to answer in Discord, or you want me to answer it now? Let me see. I've decided to start B plus and A trades. Okay. Yep. Yep. And the thing is, we call them A plus setups, B plus setups, and things like that. But the only thing that makes it an A plus or makes it a B plus is your statistics, right? How you studied that particular trade. Some people be like, oh yeah, you can see on you can see it on a lot of YouTube channels. People be like, oh yeah, this is A plus setup, and it's like based on what? Like, what did you do to solidify that there was an A plus setup in your playbook or your, strategies, right? And it's just because you see how many times you've taken the trade and what percentage that trade is successful. Let me see. Trade performing almost as well as A plus. Okay. Trade combo. Yep. Yep. And that's the thing. Size is basically how size is basically based on your risk management system. And your risk management system can only be a system if it has the statistics to hold it up, right? So you know which trades that you want to size into. The ones that you're going to take 100 shares on, the ones that you're going to dive in 1,000, 2,000, whatever, right? if you see something that 60% of the time does what you want it to do, you might size into that, right? And if it does go the other way, cool. You have the system to do it. Let's see, just for discussion, let's say I'm willing to risk 100 on each A plus trade, starting out risking half that amount on each B plus trade. Yeah, you could do $100, however much it is, to get a share size that doesn't spark too much emotion, right? So let's say if you do get $100, but $100 is a lot of money to you. You can do $100, but you may be sweating bullets. While the next trader over, it has like 10K in there, and they're just sitting there cool, calm, and collected. So it's you have to see what is your tipping point when it comes to emotions as well, in these trades to make it an A plus, B plus, or whatever, right? Let me read a little bit more. Okay, what's your win rate? Win rate right now for this year is right under 60%. So 60% win rate for this year. It's like 59.79, something like that. It's like right under 60. Win rate for last month was 100%. Because that's what I said. That's what I was saying with this strategy that I'm using. I wasn't using this the whole year. I came into the year January, February, March, and then April was when I started using this one. So it actually increased the win percentage when I started using this system that I'm using. And the system that I use is very close to RexCon. He was showing me in the Discord his system. We both buy low. We buy low, we're buying support, and we're looking for certain levels to hold up and kind of be like the a nice little reversal play. We play reversals basically. What's your win rate? Are you still? I'm always learning in the market. It's hard not to learn, right? You see people get their backs blown out every week, and I don't want to be a part of that crowd. And that's why I'm like, you know what? Studying shorts isn't such a bad thing, right? Go see where shorts are wanting to win. What it looks like for a short to want to get involved on a trade, and then where not to buy. People be buying highs and stuff like that. They be like, man, why did it break down? It's like, did you look at the higher time frame? What do you mean? Why wouldn't it break down is the question. And that's why I kind of started making sure that I look across. Now I use all the way out to the monthly, weekly, daily, 4 hour, and then to the hour, and then I have a 15 minute that I actually trade on. But I want to find those levels out here on these higher time frames first because they matter more, right? Lower time frame, if you find a support level that's formed on intraday, it's like, okay, unless you're trading something that's like a mid cap or large cap, that support may be valid. But small cap intraday support, it could dive straight through that, and a lot of times it does, and it can be a short trap, right? You can dive straight through that, and shorts are like, okay, we're going down, and then bam, it's coming back up. So that's why a lot of times with the small caps, I wait for those supports to actually break before getting in. So if I, like the other day, I think I was trading something. It was like a $60 stock, but it was a small cap, and I was like, okay, this thing needs to break down 60. Kept coming down to 60. Kept coming down to 60. Would not break, and it didn't break the whole day. Just held 60 the whole day. Just bounced off of it. Bounced off. I was like, why won't this thing break? But it was a small cap. So, but it was $60. So I did not take that trade because it didn't even start to follow my plan, right? Like if something's not following your plan, why are you taking the trade, right? Why? I'd rather follow the plan and be wrong than make let the stock tempt me into imagining a plan and being wrong. That's frustrating. I'd be like, man, I knew this wasn't gonna work. Oh my gosh, why did I do this? And after many times of bumping my head like that, yeah, I kind of got the picture. I was like, yep, you know what? I'm just gonna hang back until this thing follows my plan, because guess what? Like Donnell said in Discord, the market's gonna be here every single day unless it's a holiday or weekends or something like that. Well, then again, there's still other markets open, but um, it's like why force yourself into something when the market's gonna be offering opportunities all the time? You know, you wonder why those people that I was watching a documentary of one trader. He took like maybe 6 trades in a year, making 6 figures. So you ask yourself, how in the world does this man take 6 trades in a year, making six? How is that even possible, right? And then you get to even more success. Even if you go and look at somebody like Steven Ducks, right? Somebody like Steven Ducks, he shorts a lot. He's taking 1 trade a week. And you think about that. Why are these people making so much money on 1 trade a week? Are these people clapping up this much money? What certainties do they have behind the trades that they're taking to make 1 trade a week a a thing, and make more than most day traders make in 6 month period, right? So I'm thinking like, man, there is a code, and I'm always thinking about code because I'm in IT, but there is a code to be figured out and configured in this, because you see this in small caps, you see this in mid caps, you see this in large caps. People are making a excessive amount of money on very low risk, right? And you may say, well, no, maybe the risk is big on that 1 trade, but guess what? They're taking 1 trade a week. Sure, they can, if they're taking what, I don't know, 10,000, 100,000 shares, cool. Their risk is bigger than what you're used to, but the time commitment is way, way less. Like, way less. So I'm like, I want to figure out what it is that makes these things tick so that I can be more accurate than, because the more trades you take, the more emotions you get. Every single trade takes a little bit of your emotional energy. It just kind of zaps it a little bit, especially if you're taking losing trades and you see that red accumulating. Let me read some more of these comments here. RexCon. I hope you got their jeans. Lori said, probably. Matt Capital. Do you have a Discord dedicated for watch lists only? We kind of put everything in the Discord, to be honest. Watch lists, scans, um, stocks that are moving on the day, kind of all flows through there, to be honest. Let me see. Is a pre-market high resistance that you see reliable? Absolutely not. It depends if something is gapping into like what we call like open skies, or into a new level that has never been seen on that market before. Maybe that pre-market high will be reliable. But for the most part, if there's previous history, I would use the historical data for support instead of a pre-market high. Now, pre-market high could work, definitely, but it just depends on your statistics and what you've seen trading at pre-market high resistance or support or whatever you're trading. Would you like buy after pre-market highs have been reached? Well, since I'm going long, probably not. Um, I'll be more akin to buying pre-market lows than pre-market highs. But even pre-market lows, I want to see them break first. That's what I'm looking for, the breakdown. I want to see that those hopes and dreams right there at their pre-market low get capsized. then I'm getting interested as a buyer. How many screens do you use to trade? 3. I got one right here, which is, well, I usually show out 3 of them, but I actually have this one to actually work on right now. I have 2 of them. My main screen, which is the one that I take trades on. I can pull this down. This is where I kind of keep my news and stuff. I can pull this down and take trades. And then I have this secondary screen right here that has the monthly, weekly, daily, 4 hour, and the hour chart. And then I have my current watch list. These 5 was what I got. Donnell called this one out, and then I was watching these other ones because they're up quite a bit. But looking for news on all of them. And then I have a third screen over here that I use that has the actual scanners on it. Let me see. How do you use scanners to find your stocks? Oh yeah, I use scanners. That, man, you know how hard it is to find a stock without scanners, bro. We usually don't do like in the Discord we'll call stuff out, but it's not like, I mean, pretty much I think everybody in the Discord uses scanners. Pretty sure. And I specifically have different scanners in TOS, and we go over them and stuff like that, and kind of look through them, what they're for and what they're looking for. There are some limitations in TOS, but I do love the Think script, being able to create different scanners to do different things, customize the scanners. There was one thing that was lacking on Street Smart Edge. We have about 2 minutes to the bell. Right now, let's see. Right now, these are the ones that are on the watch. I may add to it. I may throw some more over here, but I saw Baba going down. It's probably not gonna be one I'm watching. I just saw it continue going down. I remember this was one of Rooster's little children that he likes to keep in his portfolio. I don't know why. I feel like anything in my portfolio needs to be paying me dividends. Everything in my portfolio is paying me dividends. I'm not holding nothing that ain't paying me. But anyway, we can watch SGD out of the open. WDS, I don't think that's going to be doing much. But these two, one is up 148%. Okay, I don't need that one. IWM, that's something else. Looks like it's going to be moving a little bit slower. But it does have that ATR, but it's not up much though. Not a gapper. So these two are basically in correlation yesterday for some reason. Safe Green Holdings, and then this one Safe and Green Developments. But this one's up 144%. It was up quite a bit yesterday as well. And did the market just open? No, we got a minute left. A minute left. And looking for, this is the hour chart right here. Previous high was 613 right there, and you can see that across the board on the monthly and the weekly and things like that. We'll see how quickly it gets down to that 613. I'm thinking this is going to be one that shorts are going to be very interested in because this is the second green day. 2 million shares traded. Could definitely dump. I'm expecting a dump, but that's just my opinion. That doesn't mean it's just gonna dump. But yeah, let me continue to read these chats here. Donnell says I don't see anything in the small caps. We'll be sitting 10 to 15 minutes at the open. Definitely. Let me see. Are you ever going to do the CFA exam? Do you feel that you need it to be a successful trader? Absolutely not. I don't need any exams. I'm literally trading from my house. What do I need an exam for? We just got the open there, and let's see what happens. This, did it already go into a halt? Oh no, it's moving. All right, so we see this on the hour chart. This is our level right here. Let's jump over to this 15 minutes so we can see it on a little bit smaller time frame. This is a level here of a 613. And I'm expecting those shorts to go crazy. Let me see. Would you ever like to come to London one day? Live here. We could set up an office, firm, and trade together. London? I got some friends from London that were like, they went to school with me. They played soccer and things like that. Um, I've never been to London though. Never been to London town. Across the pond. But yeah, I guess one day when I'm really just on my travel grind, I may be doing definitely some exploring of the world, seeing if I can find some more wonders in this world. Of course, there's always different people to meet, different personalities. So, you know, now I have taught people from all over in GIS though. I've definitely taught a lot of people from different areas, London, India, all over. So, but it just wasn't trading. Like trading is kind of like has been just a place where I can. It's almost like a detox area, right? Where I can see if the things that I'm practicing in life are actually sticking to me, are actually being useful to me, right? If you think you're consistent, try trading. Guarantee you it will show you if you're consistent or not. If you think you're not an emotional person, try trading. It'll show you what you are. If you think you're not a fearful person, try trading. It exposes the reality in your life, right? And that's why they tell you to trade with small size when you start off, because it's gonna expose you. Let me see. Let me see. How old am I? I am, man. I'm a granddad, bro. I'm a granddad, man. Now I'm 30, bro. Well, I'm about to turn 30. My birthday is on December 31st, last day of the year. I'm a 93 baby. Do you think you will trade for the rest of your life? Probably so. Probably so because I have so many investments now. I just don't have day trading. I'm all the way across the board. I got all kinds of stuff going. So probably so. Because when I look at my longer term investments, I'm like, man, let me see what I can do in day trading. And then when I look at my day trading, I'm like, man, let me see what I can do in my long term. So it always makes me think of previous experiences. SGD, I believe, is halted down now. Is it halted down now? Maybe it's just not moving. But I was looking at this level of the 613 there that is across the board. It may actually be a bounce spot, but we'll have to see. Again, like I was saying, this is something that if you study shorts, this is what they look for. These kind of stocks right here. Second green day, low floats with no reason to be up. That's a pretty good way that they make their money. Now the previous body on the monthly chart back here was 557, right? There's definitely a level here on the monthly chart. Let's jump down here. Everything else on the weekly and everything down here is kind of, I mean, if it falls down here, that's just too late. But 613, 550s, those two areas are areas that could bounce a little bit, but I don't think they're going to bounce back up to the highs up here. The high up here was the 914. Am I looking at this right? Yeah. 841. But on this daily, it tested that 841 level that we're seeing out here on the monthly chart and working its way back down. So we got three levels here: 841, 613, and 557 that could be bounce spots. 556, 841. Yeah. And If we jump back over here, we can see those levels here. And this is why I don't like using intraday. I like to look for these obvious levels that could be bounced by 613, 557. But you have to look at the overall environment. This is not a day one green day. So it may not be as strong of a bounce as we would expect if this was day one. Let me see. But there's no short availability. Somebody's shorting this thing. Somebody's gonna be shorting. There's no short availability because I'll remember it's 2 million in the float. So 2 million shares can go very quickly for short sales. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if they're using something like Trade Zero or what's another good short place, short locate place. Trade Zero is the one that I always go to because I know that they have one of the best short locate software or applications. I don't know what you call it, but yeah, there probably aren't any shares left with a 2 million float. Okay, okay, okay. So we'll see how this thing opens. Let's actually go and see what time this thing is going to be opening here. Trade halts. SGD halted at the 933.39. Should be a 5 minute halt, maybe. I know yesterday we saw some longer halts, I think like some 10 minute halts or something, but we'll see. Should be opening up at the 38.39 there for a 5 minute halt. SGD. Safe Green Corporation. See, 2.75 million. I mean, that float right there, because the float is the what you can actually trade on the day, right? And that's what makes these things, these low floats, rip so much because it. And the other thing is nobody wants to own the whole float, right? So if you are a short or a long, you don't want to take 2 million 75, 2.75 million, right? You own too much of the float, you know, and all people have to do is sell against you. And if they sell against you and you own most of the float, who's gonna buy from you as you're falling through the creases of the earth? So I would expect if people are trading this, they're probably trading like maybe like 10,000, 20,000 shares. All right, so it just opened up here, popping up a little bit there on the 15 minute, but definitely based on this beginning candle, it is to the lower side of this 15 minute candle. So it popped down from 841 down here to 749. But 613 is pretty much that beginning level that we could see a pop on. But yesterday this thing was halting a whole lot, so I don't know if it's going to be a halt factory today because of the price that it opened up. I think yesterday it opened up below 75 cents, right? Yeah, it opened up below 75 cents. I forget the percentages, but depending on the previous day's close, it depends on how the actual percentage that these things halt on. So I'm forgetting. Let me see. 75 cents. I'll have to go back and look at it. I forgot the actual percentages um that they hauled on, but because usually I'm trading above $2, so I really don't. It's all the same to me. Every 15% it'll halt, but yeah, it's different down here on the cheap ones. So right now this is a little bit of accumulation. I don't even know I had this on here. I took that off. But yeah, a little bit of accumulation right here at the top of this body, trying to break back into this resistance here. 841 was the level that looks like it was going to be resistance on the monthly chart. We'll see what it wants to do here. But this is the 4 hour, struggling right at the top side of this body of the 790. Right here. This is what I'm looking at. Just not getting those buyers. And remember, it needs 2 million. What's the so it's got 10 million shares traded right now. So 2.75, so it's about 3 million. So it's done about 3 times its volume here, or its float. Look at it. Just struggling to get, and we can see it's literally so clear here, the resistance up here. Look at this. We can see it. It's clear on the 4 hour. It's actually pretty clear on the 15-minute too, but I like these larger time frames. And then on the hour chart over here, we can also see it struggling on this body as well. It almost is moving like a chop factory, going up like 5 cents, coming back down. Look at it chopping around on the hour chart. See, if it was strong, it would be forcing its way into new price levels. But I mean, who's going to buy this thing, though, is my question. Very dangerous motion in here, left and right. I think Donnell had the right idea, sitting out for 15 minutes and just kind of letting it figure out what it wants to do, because this is big indecision right in the middle of this candle. That $8 level is what it keeps on bouncing around. 819. So as a short, what would the entries be, right? But we know the resistance is around 850. We'll call, because I put these lines out here, but what I really look at is the zone. So I look at wherever the resistance is, and then I look for the next $quarter level. So this is 841. So I just say 850. So from 841 to 850, what's going to be the reaction in there, right? Now, if this thing's were to open up, then maybe I'd be like, well, maybe it's not 50 cents, or maybe it's not 25 cents, maybe it's 50 cents. So I'll say 841 up to $9 right here. But as for right now, I'm thinking 850. The way it's chopping around, there's a little bit of dipping off again, struggling on that 8 again. So second green day, only up a couple of percent here at the open and chopping around. They keep hitting it at that $8 though. The one that was moving with it was SB or SGBX. Kind of probably having the same go at it. Yeah, just chopping around at 80 cents. It was just a cheaper one that was moving with it. I think it's because I don't know. It is a sentimental play, but let me read some of these chats. Yeah. Let me go and see. So what Lori was saying was there was no short availability. Let's go look over here and see SGD. And this is at FinViz. I like to check multiple places. Okay, so it says shortable no. Let's go to short interest. SGD. Nothing. SGD. No shelf registrations. So hey, maybe she's right. Maybe there isn't any shorting. Maybe it's just buying and selling. But still, even with that, where do sellers want to get out? Right? If let's say it IPO'd up here, went all the way up to $10 on the first month. These folks down here that were brought down to $1 were bag holders. It only has a 2.5 million float, right? So who doesn't want to get out is the question before it goes back down. Who doesn't want to dive out before it goes back down? Let me see if anything else is popping up here. Nothing else that I see that I like. Those Rangers that I like to see. Let me pull over a scanner here. So this is the top volume scanner I'm looking at. Don't really see a whole lot. Ooh, my AT&T is doing well. I do know that. Man, AT&T came down to $13, bro, or $14 or something, bro. I just went ahead and jumped in there because I was like, are y'all crazy? This is AT&T, bro. AT&T, the company that everybody's internet works off of, right? They have the T-cell towers. Not really everybody, okay? Some people have their own towers now, but they a lot of piggybackers on AT&T's T-cell towers. Verizon, um, Comcast. I mean, it's so many that are on AT&T. So I just went ahead and got that. Plus, it's a dividend stock, so you already know getting that dividend every quarter. Let's jump up here. See, top of the top volume list is SGD right there. GPS, I don't know what that is. It doesn't have the ATR that I'm looking for though. Let's actually sort these by ATRs. So the things that are making dollar moves, well, of course, it's 177 bucks. It better be making dollar moves. Exxon Mobil, TNA, all three of those are dividend stocks. TLT has definitely been on the watch multiple times. Pays a monthly dividend. Their dividend is a little bit cheaper, but I mean, I want to see the price actually drop on TLT, and I may get in there a little bit. Because I like getting the dividend stocks, but I want to get the best price. I like those nice drops. You can see SGD almost has $1, giving $1 ATR there. And basically the average true range is like the not really the expected range, but over the course of the last 14 days, what was the expected output in one direction, right? Or not, I keep saying expected. What was the average output in one direction? And for SGD, it's 98 cents there. Then we got a couple of smaller ones. I really don't mess with these because they don't really give money easily. I'm trying to get paid easily. All right. Let's jump back over to S. Let's see where it ended up. Still floating around. Could not get over the $8. Dip down here. We'll see what happens at the 613. It is 850 right now. And on the daily chart, we are in big indecision. So basically, the indecision went from the lower time frame being indecisive, and it's working its way up to the 4-hour, to the daily chart, and we'll see what happens up here when this thing comes back down to 613s. Only $1 away. Now remember that ATR is 98 cents. So, and we're talking about in one motion. So what I've seen while studying ATR is I need to wait for a consolidation to so I can know the starting point, right? This thing is consolidating a little bit. Oops. It is consolidating a little bit here. So I wanted to make a decision. If it's going to go up, I'm looking for it to go right around 98 cents to $1 and start to consolidate or look for a reversal. Now, for the, for reasons already discussed with no catalyst and all of that, I don't know if it's going to be a strong reversal, but it may be a reversal around that ATR. But right now it is getting bought again up here, still red on this candle, still red on the 4. It just cannot make the decision to either stay down, go red on the day, or float sideways. One Life One Chance says Benzinga says the same thing every morning, blah blah blah. Yeah, Benzinga. I didn't even look at Benzinga. Let's see what Benzinga's talking about. Are they talking about where's Benzinga? I don't even have Benzinga pulled up. It's gonna be Benzinga. Benzinga. What are they talking about? U.S. stocks on track to finish the week as high positive earnings, but okay. Yeah. I guess it's what they have to do though, right? They have to just say the same thing over and over again um, until there's new news, and then they start hyping stuff up. Let's go to the latest news. Nvidia surges. We already know that. 2 trillion option expiration. Why electrical is sliding today. Bitcoin falls below this key level. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. The only thing that about day trading crypto that always got me was there's no certain catalyst. Like things just go if they're gonna go. And it's crazy. And well, there is catalyst, but you gotta be in the know. You gotta be in the right groups. You gotta be it's just so many steps you gotta take to get to that information. Whereas with the stock market, we got scanners, we got the news report, we can see the news like right off. And it's the same thing with Forex that I really am like, it's just too much news. Too unclear, too many different hoops that you're jumping through. With the stock market, it's like, hey, we got a cure for cancer. What you trying to do? With Forex or Bitcoin or something like that, it's like, hey, we feel good today. You want to get in? I don't know. It's just confusing. It's not enough. It's not specific news. It's like, what do you feel good about? Why are you feeling good? What in this country is happening that's causing this big rip? Why? Right. So we can see SGD just struggling around, waiting, just waiting. It's got to break down 7 though first, but I think it's it's definitely gonna at least come down here and touch 613 today, unless it just grinds. But I think at some point, either today or next week, beginning of next week, it's gonna be below the 613 and 557 level. Problem is, it won't make a decision. It won't just start diving, you know. Donnell says WLGS bottom fishing 320 shares. Let me go look at that. WLGS. Okay. 300 shares down here. This is a 71-cent one. If we look on the monthly, we can see the monthly levels there. 85 cents is the high of the previous month. 45 cents is the bottom. The body of this candle starts at 57. It's about 85 cents there. Looking in on the weekly, it's kind of what it's looking like. It's got 66 cents. Got a little zone right here. Right here. That is kind of trading above. But I don't know. Doesn't have any news on the day. Oh, it actually came down to touch that zone. I didn't see that zone. Okay. So it actually came down to touch that zone already and bounced off that level. And this is why working your way down makes sense, right? You do this on the higher time frame, and you see on the lower time frame what exactly this thing is doing. But this is a cheaper one, so supports and resistance may not be as concrete as you would like. But yeah, definitely one that I would not be trading. But he's got the strategy. He bought low. But the thing is, buying low on something like this. Actually, what is the ATR on this thing? WLGS. What is your ATR? So we are looking at an ATR of 10 cents. Now, that's way away from what I'm looking for. I need something that's easily going to be given, at least 50 cents. But 10 cents, we'll see how that moves. 320 shares, and we'll see what happens on that. I have about 4 minutes. I need to be getting to my morning meeting. Yeah, I guess we'll see how this plays out. I'll keep watching it, but I'm definitely not going to be trading WLGS. But we'll see. It is trying to get back into this level here, slightly bouncing. But it did a 64 cents back here at the bottom of this candle right here. This one right here, that bottom. We'll see if it breaks that down. But like I said, it's Friday. Don't want to be taking any gambles on Friday, but we'll see. Then again, it is pretty low risk. You got 320 shares. A lot of people be trying to buy, 1,000, 10,000 shares on something like this. But yeah, I don't know if that is the way to go. SGD, $7 did go ahead and break down, but it popped right back up. Yeah, this one, I think SGD is just a waste of time on the day, to be honest, for longs. It's probably going to be chopping sideways and then dive, and then chop sideways and then dive. But the actual level is far away. Just needs to drop $1 and about 25 cents. Anyway, let's see. Donnell, One Life, WLGS bottom fishing. Yeah, Donnell says, LOL, yeah, second leading gapper on my scan needs to stay above 70 cents. Yeah. That's a hard one, man. But it's only 10 cents, so it's like 32 bucks, right? All right, yeah. So this thing is not just indecisive, it's really just in the chop, in the consolidation right now. Not really making any moves either way. And the scary thing is with the volume that came in today on this one, it had 14 million shares traded on it. Why is it not making a decision? And we already know. We've looked at, hey, second green day, shorts are very interest or not shorts. Sellers are very interested in getting out. There are looks like some buyers kind of holding it up, but will the buyers outweigh the sentiment that this thing needs to go down? Is the question. But yeah, um, that is pretty much all I've seen today. I think the Discord link dropped in the chat. You can check out the Discord. Let me see if it dropped. It may or may not have. Yeah, let me drop that Discord link. We continue conversations in the Discord, and I'll answer your question in text form, RexCon, after I go off stream. We kind of talked about it here, and I'll just recap everything in the Discord as well. But let me grab this Discord link. Edit channel. All right, so there is a Discord right there. And we usually hang out in the um, trade analysis chat. There is video calling. We do video calls sometimes, but a lot of times I just can't do it because I'm literally working or doing something else. Like I just can't flip on the camera because I'm not here. Um, and of course, most of the sites that I go on to do not allow videoing in their server rooms. Be doing a live stream for somebody's secret server room underground. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. Whole security risk, especially if it's my network and I built it. Nah, bro. But yeah, that is it for me today. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. One more look see over here. Just teetering around the $7 level. One more look see here. Yeah. So that's about it. I will see you guys on Monday morning. Let me make sure it's not any kind of holiday. No, yeah. Monday morning should be back on here. If you guys are going to continue trading, definitely be mindful. It is Friday. Friday is a natural sell-off day. People like to take those gains and go into the weekend and buy, cereal, ice cream, maybe some shoestrings. But yeah, we'll be back next week. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.